Hello, it's Kevin and Robin, and if you've been to the Wisconsin Dells, you know where we're standing right now. Top Secret is behind us, and we are right in front of the BP gas station on the corner of Highway 12 and County Road A. But did you know that there's more to the Wisconsin Dells than just this strip? In a minute, we're going to be taking a drive down County Road A and making a drive around the perimeter of Lake Delton. So if this is an area of Wisconsin Dells you haven't seen before, stay tuned because there's a lot of cool stuff to check out. All right, we are pulling onto County Road A from Highway 12. Just coming around the BP gas station and Hot Rocks restaurant. On the left, we're going to be going by Natura, which is back there. You've probably seen advertisements for their natural lagoon, and they own other properties as well. And we are cruising up County Road A, and we are going to be taking a full loop of Lake Delton. And if you've never been down this road, except maybe on a duck boat tour, there is a lot to see. Sign tells us we are entering the city of Lake Delton. All right, we are just about not even a mile down County Road A, and we are coming up to the turn onto Hiawatha. We're going to go straight. Turn onto Hiawatha Drive, where the Summer House restaurant is, and Aloha Beach. Aloha Beach is one of the top resorts on Lake Delton, in our opinion, for value. And we're going to be taking a much closer look at that as we loop the lake and end up at Aloha Beach. So if you want to see a really cool resort that comes at a great value, stay tuned to the end and you're going to get a great look at Aloha Beach. As we slow down here, we're getting a look, our first look of Lake Delton, and you'll see the rock barriers here. About 10 years ago, this is where Lake Delton breached its barriers and rolled across the road into the Wisconsin River. It's since been rebuilt, and the rock barriers have been put up, but if you ever Google Lake Delton overflows, you'll see the scene from that very spot. We're crossing Dell Creek, which is the proper channel for the water to come from the dam and enter the Wisconsin River. And as we do, we're coming around Newport Park and a River's Edge Resort. This is one of the main beaches you'll see on the jet boat tour and on a duck boat tour. River's Edge Resort, an excellent family-owned resort with a great restaurant that is also worth checking out right on the Wisconsin River. We're finally turning on to Canyon Road. Speed limit is 25, and we are now running along the lakeshore of Lake Delton. And as we look to the right, which is where the most interesting things will be to see, we're passing some single-family homes, some condos, some condo resorts, timeshares owned by various companies. For instance, here's the Wilderness Retreat, cabins A through something. But there are a lot of unique and some family-owned resorts right on Lake Delton, and you would never know they exist but for taking the drive, the loop around the lake. So we'll call them out as we see them. Also on this road, we'll be going by Lost Canyon and getting up to Wild Rock Golf Course. So this is Island Point Resort Condominiums. And everything we're looking at now is along the shoreline of Lake Delton. Whispering Point condos, Starlight Point condos. And you'll see this area has got a lot of tree coverage, Caribbean Club Resort, and you're finally getting a glimpse of the water down there. But definitely not everything along this lakeshore are condos or timeshares. There are resorts, and we're going to be getting to them soon. On this side of the road, we've got the Wilderness Resort, Golf Club, and cabins. Looping around. And do stay tuned as we get further. We're going to start seeing some more sites, and those sites are going to be coming up very soon. Here's a deer. Just checking out Baker's Sunset Bay Resort on the lake. Very nice place, especially for families. Across the road from Sundara Spa, which you've probably seen advertised, Delton Point Resort, and here is Wild Rock Golf Club, owned by the Wilderness, and that's of course on the opposite side of the lakeshore. As we continue down Canyon Road, got some private residences on the lakeside, but we are coming up to the location of Lost Canyon, horse-drawn wagon tours through the cool and dark confines of Lost Canyon. So you may have seen that attraction advertised, and now you know where it is. Got a couple of residential roads on the right-hand side, and we're opening up here to Wilderness Lodge condominiums opposite shore of Lake Delton, and directly ahead of us we've got Cliffside Resort, a family-owned resort with a pool, indoor pool, outdoor pool, and hot tub, balconies overlooking Lake Delton, and Cliffside is open year-round and is a very pleasant place to stay. We'll give it a thumbs up. And at the bottom of this hill, we'll be hitting, is it Adams Street? And we're going to take a right. So we're going to be on to East Adams Street, and we are leaving Canyon Road. To the left is the area right up the hill where you find the Wilderness, not too far to Kalahari, and exit 92 onto Highway 94. And there's a view of the lake as the channel that heads to Mirror Lake in the opposite direction, which is a great canoe ride going up to the dam between Mirror Lake and Delton Creek. Dells Water Sports on the left, and they rent pontoons and jet skis, fishing boats, and motorboats. Oh, we've got another character walking around here, another deer. I always assume as friendly as the other, it must be escapees from Deer Park. This is the road right here, Delavan, that takes you to Ravenna Bay, which is a restaurant with a huge deck overlooking Bartlett Bay on Lake Delton. And as we're cruising down Adams Street, we're getting near the edge of town, and as we look to the left, we're getting a glimpse out to, what's the name of that place that we go to? The Brat House. The Brat House Grill, which is one of the restaurants open very late in the Dells, and is a favorite spot of locals. Good prices, good beer, friendly service. Now we are meeting back up with Wisconsin Dells Parkway, also known as Highway 12, where we started at the corner of Highway 12. We're going to be taking a right, briefly running along Highway 12 until we get on. So there's the intersection of Highway 12, directional access to the freeways, but we are back on Wisconsin Dells Parkway, Highway 12, aka the Strip. And we're going to be on this briefly until we turn off and get back around the lake. But you'll see, here's the entrance into Bartlett Bay. And this is the brief section of the Strip we'll be seeing until we dart off back onto the back roads for the other side of Lake Delton. As we do so, we are coming around Tommy Bartlett's Robot Exploratory. And we are going to get a glimpse here of the entrance to the Tommy Bartlett Sky Ski and Stage Show. Unfortunately, no longer with us. The show does not go on at the Tommy Bartlett show. All right, here's the Hilton. We're going to take a right into the parking lot of Del Bar, and we are, next one, and the reason we're doing this is because the Del Bar restaurant is a true Wisconsin supper club, does not get the attention that Ishnala does, but trust us when we say the Del Bar is a restaurant you need to check out when you're Wisconsin Dells. It's a little pricey, but it's one of those places that's worth it, and you definitely get what you pay for. We're sneaking around here, the back of the Hilton Garden Inn, and we're going to continue on through the parking lot of the Hilton Garden Inn, which shares the parking lot with the Del Bar restaurant, and we're going to be getting onto Hiawatha Drive for the rest of the way around the lake. And had we not taken the drive through the Del Bar parking lot, we would have been taking a right from the strip onto East Hiawatha Drive, and we have come right down this road next to, what's the lake place? Lake Social Club?
Oh yeah,
Social.
It's new.
Yeah, it's new. All right, we are coming back up to the resorts on the shores of Lake Delton. And since Lake Delton is such a small lake, we are covering a lot of ground in this tour, and it doesn't take much time to get around the lake. This is the entrance to Wilderness on the lake, one of the many buildings and resorts owned by the Wilderness. This is a smaller location, but they do have access to a beach right on the shores of Lake Delton. I think we've got some private residences here. And next up is at the Delton Grand Resort. This is Lighthouse Cove condos. And here's a view of the condos. And as we come around the bend, it's a view of the lake. And it is the Delton Grand Resort and Spa on the shores of Lake Delton. And I do know the Delton Grand does have balconies looking at the lake, along with a beach. And what's this place? Delton Oaks Resort, kind of a smaller, older resort on the lake. And this drive with all the curves and hills is kind of a fun drive in and of itself as we come along the shores of the lake. Some nice houses. And Kathy's Cozy Cottages. I should probably be giving out the names of these smaller places to spread the word. The Thunderbird Resort on Lake Delton with an indoor pool. Sandrift Resort. And we're going to slow down here as we come by Schlieff's. Schlieff's today is advertising their pontoon rental, 4 hours for $135, but they rent pontoons here, and you'll notice it's a lot quieter and slower than over at Dells Water Sports. Plus, they have Schlieff's Bait and Tackle, where you can get beer and worms and some snacks for your trip out on to Lake Delton on their rental pontoons. Island Bay condos, I'm gonna guess. And we're coming by the Summer House now, which is a newer restaurant owned by one of the locals who has some other restaurants too, but great food, great service, and 2 gigantic patio and a deck overlooking Lake Delton.
Very fresh food.
fresh. And we're going to pull into the parking lot here at Aloha Beach. Stay tuned. This is where we are ending our tour, but it's not over yet. The family who owns Natura and The View, formerly the River Inn, now owns Aloha Beach, and they've made some crazy improvements to this resort, which you're about to see in a second as we round the building here at Aloha Beach on County Road A. So this resort still has an outdoor pool, an indoor pool, an outdoor pool, and an outdoor hot tub, but they've got tons of lakefront with a peninsula that reaches right out into the lake, creating this private bay. And check out this water wonderland that just went in this year, 2021. Nice parking. So from where we are, you can see the beach pavilion and the peninsula that goes out with fire pits, this awesome, what do you call that? Play pad? I'm not sure what you call that out there.
Yeah, water...
Wibbit, water playland. Super fun. And looking back at the resort, you'll see they brought in tons and tons and loads of this powdery white sand, nearly white sand. So they got now a huge beach area. And as you look back, you'll see the main part of the hotel. All the rooms have decks and balconies overlooking Lake Delton, except for the ground level rooms, which just have windows. And then they call these the Tiki rooms. And this is the former, what was it called? The Tiki Motel, or the Tiki Motel, still in place. They call these the Tiki rooms, but you can drive right up and you'll have a huge picture window overlooking the lake. So this is Aloha Beach. And at Aloha Beach, this will bring us to the end of the tour. So we hope you enjoyed this tour of Lake Delton, literally the perimeter road around Lake Delton. So when you come to the Wisconsin Dells, it's not only downtown Broadway, it's definitely not only the mega resorts or the Wisconsin Dells Strip and Mount Olympus. Make sure to check out some of the places along the lake because they've got excellent accommodations, restaurants, and a lot of cool stuff to check out that you may not have known of. Heard of before. So we hope this was interesting. If you like this video, I'll put some more up on the screen. Please take a look at those. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more, definitely subscribe because we've got a lot more videos like this to come. Thanks for watching.